playing tonight, so you got to expect the defenseman to step up. And then my third key is that you got to win in the shot department, because last night they lost 42 shots. They allowed 42 shots and they got, I think, only 25. So you got to win in the shot department tonight if you want to do a little bit better tonight and not let them get so many goals, because you can't expect Alex Hare to save 39 or 42 shots again. So he's obviously a great goalie, but that's just too many shots for one goalie.
Yeah. So win the shot battle.
Yep.
PK unit and number 3.
And the defense has to step up. Because LJ Skimeka's out and Brian Pickett's is still out. So there's only going to be 5 defensemen out there tonight.
So we're just about ready for the starting lineups here at the Edge Ice Arena. It looks like number 29, Mike Zuprin, is going to get the starting goal for the Robert Morris Eagles. He is 1-0 on the season so far for the Eagles, and Alex Hare will start in net for the Northern Illinois Huskies. Hare is 3-2 on the season, winning his last 3 starts.
Yeah.
Because Nick Bonding got the start in the Saturday game against Mizzou. Troy Hickey will start on defense with Kevin Schwartz, his new defensive partner. And we talked to Mr. Hickey, Troy's dad. He said he feels really comfortable having Schwartzy on the defensive end with him tonight, because he knows his tendencies. He's been with him for a few years. He knows what he's going to have to do and what his play is. Sukel's going to start forward, number 23.
Yeah, and you always look for that chemistry from defensive pairs like a Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook together. So that's good to have those two together.
Justin Rosinski's on that top line with Sukel and Leon. He had 3 goals last night with 2 shorties and a power play goal. So Rosinski looks to continue his hot play, and Nick Leon comes in this game with 4 goals, 3 assists, and 7 points, which is tied for the second most points on the team behind Rosinski, who has 5 goals and 4 assists and 9 points. Zuprin comes into this game 1-0 with a 3 goals against average and a 92 save percentage for the Eagles. So Saviola is out, Zuprin is in with Floro as the backup for the Eagles Maroon team. Eagles come into this contest 2-1. Tyler Adams is going to start on defense with Bobby Killian is going to be his defensive partner, and it looks like it is going to be Dom Floro, Michael Melka, and Melka is going to be the first forward. Dom Floro is going to be the second forward, and Jack Warren is going to be the third forward here for Robert Morris University here tonight. And there you hear Dom Floro gets the third forward, and Zuprin is going to be the starting goaltender. Time for the national anthem. After that, we'll come back with the puck drop here at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensenville, Illinois. About ready to start game number 2 here at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensenville, Illinois, as your Huskies are taking on Robert Morris University. Huskies looking to extend their win streak to 5 straight games.
And that would be unbelievable for NIU, because if they end up sweeping this weekend and last weekend, they're going to have so much confidence going against University of Illinois D2 team next weekend, because that's going to be very big for them, because they actually ended up losing their D1 team in preseason. Yep. So that's going to give them a lot of confidence going into next weekend at home.
And remember, next weekend is a special weekend as the Huskies have paired up with Susan G. Komen for the Cure. It'll be Pink in the Rink weekend as the Huskies will wear commemorative pink uniforms, which will then be auctioned off Saturday night after the Illinois game against Northern. Here we go, down Floral for Michael Melka and Rosinski in the face-off circle. And we are underway here at the Edge Ice Cream as Rosinski wins the face-off, goes far side for Hickey as he has a shot on net up into the protective netting off of Zuprin's pads. Whistle will stop play in 1953, left in period number 1.
And remember, Coach put Sukel on this line about a couple weekends ago, and he's really worked well with Rosinski and Leon.
Face-off won by the Eagles. That one gets wrapped around by Tyler Adams, taken there by Dom Floro. Floro sends it into the offensive zone for the Eagles, regains control, now taken by Hickey. Hickey for Sukel, looking to find Leon at center ice, but the pass is picked off by Bobby Killian. Cross ice for Leon, he gets taken down, but Rosinski's in the far side corner with Bobby Killian. Rosinski loses the battle in that corner, and the puck comes to the point, and Hickey sends it near side corner boards. Tyler Adams through center ice for Jack Warren as he has his pocket picked by Hickey. Leon looking for Bach on the change. Bach with a shot, that one just goes past the glove side of Zuprin. Here's Rob Bach, back to the point for Stetzinger. He can't hold it in. Puck comes back to center ice. Ron Coletta tried to get it deep. Looked like he might have fanned on the shot. As Tyler Adams sends the puck around the net for Gagliard, now for Buchel. Buchel finds Floro, or down Floro that is. Coletta off the stick of Greenberg sends it back into the Eagles zone. Zuprin's back to control, sends it over for Walnicki. Walnicki tries to get it out of the zone, finally out to center ice, and the Eagles come into the offensive zone by Gary Malone. Malone sets up DeYoung. Pretty formidable line there with DeYoung, Malone, and Webster last night for Robert Morris. Puck comes to the far side blue line through center ice. Greenberg looking to evade two checks there by Walnicki and Gagliard. Nothing doing. Walnicki, left-handed shot comes through center ice for Webster. Webster over for DeYoung. Now back for Webster. Backhanded centering attempt for DeYoung isn't there. Puck clears the zone. And it goes up and out of play. Whistle stops play. 17:58 period number 1. No score.
And it actually looks like Northern Illinois brought Jake Jocha up, because they did end up losing LJ Sikameka, and you see Jake Jocha at number 6 out there, and you probably expect him to get a lot of hits tonight, because I remember watching him a couple weekends ago with the D3, and he gets a lot of hits. He's a big body out there.
That game against Missouri State, you and I were at, and he laid some big hits. I think he really took a few guys up off their feet.
Yeah.
As the puck comes in the near side corner boards, there is number 16, Buchel. Buchel for number 13 now sends it over for Iovino. He can't control the puck. Puck comes back to center ice, now taken by Webster. Webster with a shot in and out of the glove of Alex Hare, but the Huskies were there to clear the puck. Here's Gorsica. Gorsica for Pounds. Pounds trying to avoid a check, can't do it, and he loses the puck to Ben Buchel. Buchel and Iovino up on the rush, but it's a 4-on-2 as the Eagles were going for a change. Here's Schwartz. Schwartz backhanded pass for Zaleski. He just gets it as far as center ice, taken on by Bobby Killian. Killian dumps it in near side corner, runs it off for Alex Hare, who stops the puck behind his own net. Cotillo can't control. Now Bobby Killian has a backhanded shot that is picked up by the Eagles at the point by McCraig. Puck gets shot into from the far side point to the near side corner boards. And here's Niedzila trying to stick a fork in the puck, and finally he does. Here's Niedzila looking for a centering pass for Cotillo, but nothing doing as the Eagles are good. They did a very good job of that last night, gumming up those passing lanes in the offensive zone. Coming now is Grundhofer, and he has the puck stripped away from him nicely by Hickey as it goes up and out of play. 16-19 left in period number 1. No score. Kind of like last night where they were still trying to feel each other out early on in the period.
Yeah.
And I believe the first goal by the Huskies weren't scored till at least 3/4 of the way through period number 1.
Well, yeah, you gotta remember that it seems like Northern Illinois is kind of one of those teams that needs to feel out their competition in the first 10 minutes of the period, and then they start to get going. So you gotta expect that tonight too.
Ron Coletta backhands through center ice, handed down there by Rosinski. Rosinski trying to tipsy-do his way through the 5 defensemen or 5 defenders there of Robert Morris, and he can't control. Here's Stetzinger for Leon. Leon skates backwards in his own zone for Coletta. Now back for Stetzinger. Looking for Rosinski. He just gets a stick on it into the far side corner boards. He goes. He gets taken off the puck there, but regains control. Here's Sukel looking for a centering attempt. Coletta just backhands it in on Zuper, and he covers up for a shot he's faced in the game. 15:40 left in period number 1. No score.
And so far, the defense has been playing pretty well because remember last night, like I was saying, they allowed 42 shots on goal for their defense. Yep. So you got to hope that they play a little bit better because you can't expect Alex Hare to have that kind of game again. So you got to play better tonight. Yeah, you have to win the shot battle, and your defense has to help Hare out in clearing those loose pucks and not allowing the Eagles to get 42 shots on goal because eventually that's going to take a toll on your goaltender. Here's DeYoung, far side corner boards. Boris, Bach, and Josh are all there. Finally won by Josh, and he has a giveaway in the offensive zone, but now taken by Greenberg. Greenberg skates through the zone. Penalty is going to be called on Robert Morris. Delayed penalty. Good hard-working penalty. Green hard-working, drawing the penalty, so the Huskies will go on the power play with 15:11 left in period number 1. Yeah, good speed by Greenberg there, and he really, like you said, he ended up drawing that penalty by just getting into the zone, and really he had a 2-on-1, but the defense had to really take a penalty there, so. But Greenberg has 6 points so far this year, so he's really been one of the big players for NIU so far this year. So number 16, Bucco going to be called 2 minutes for hooking as Greenberg was streaking into the zone. Huskies are, I believe, were 2 for 10 last night or 2 for 7 on the power play. I think 2 for 6. 2 for 6? Yeah. There's Rosinski near side point. Near side. Now far side. Shot! Justin Rosinski with a snipe from the top of the face-off circle. And not more than 15 seconds into the power play, the Huskies convert and are 1 for 1 on the power play. It's like a little deja vu from last night because Justin Rosinski did the same exact thing to get the NIU started last night on the power play with that kind of wrister. But just this time, he ended up going from the right of the goal instead of the center. So just really a great wrister again by Justin, and we end up taking a 1-0 lead again and taking the momentum in this game. I'm not sure who got the assist on that play. It might have been an unassisted snipe by Rosinski as he won the face-off and continued to just skate from the near side to the far side, and he found the little hole in the top right corner. Huskies have the lead 1-0. Here's Nick Remley, the away captain, and offsides is going to be the call as Coletta was taken down at the blue line. 14:44 left in period number 1. 1-0 Huskies. But back to that power play, I mean, they really have been playing unbelievable on the power play the last 2 weekends. I think last weekend against University of Missouri, that gave them the confidence really for the power play hopefully the rest of this season because they really have been, ever since last weekend, just not been, they've been a different kind of power play. And like you talked to Coach and the special teams, how the penalty kills looked a lot better than it did last year. Oh, yeah. The power play, and here come the Eagles, 2-on-1. Looking for a shot. Big save by Alex Hare as he goes post to post and stonewalls Arovino. As he has the 2-on-1. What a great save. With Walnicki. What a great save there. Post to post. Yeah, 2-on-1. I mean, when you're that kind of goalie and you can get from post to post that quick, I mean, you got a keeper right there. I mean, Alex Hare really is a keeper for this team. So Rosinski is his 6th goal of the season, and Leon gets the assist. That's his 8th point, which is 2 behind Rosinski, who now has 10 points on the year. Here's Bucco. Bucco far side for number 13, his defensive partner. Skating through center ice. Number 13, we don't have a name on him, but he's got some great speed and some great hands. A left-handed shot for the Eagles. Here backhands it over for Zaleski. And Zaleski has a giveaway in the offensive zone, taken down by Nidzila.
Nazila takes an eagle down. No penalty called. Here's Zaleski now through center ice over the Eagle logo. Zaleski just dumps it in on Zuprin to the far side corner boards. Taken by Cantillo, and Cantillo's shot is saved into the glove. Actually, it came out of the glove, and Zuprin had to be careful with it. 13:40 left in period number 1. 1-0 Huskies on Rosinski's 6th goal of the season.
And I was mentioning last night that the faceoffs were about 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, right now, in this, so far, there's been 6 faceoffs. It's 5-1 on NIU. So right now, they're dominating in the faceoff dot.
And they're winning in the shot category as well, 5-2. So shot quickly out the faceoff is covered up by Zuprin. And the power play, I mean, they're just doing a good job of moving that puck, winning face-offs.
Yeah, they really
moving
are.
it from high to low, east, west, north, and south.
And the stars are now showing up on the power play like Justin Rosinski.
And that's who you need to convert on the power play.
Yeah, yep.
Rob Bach battles on the near side half boards, now on the near side corner boards. DeYoung swings it all the way around for Killian. Killian stops, skates, he has some time. Through center ice, picked off there by Rob Bach, and he's taken down behind the play. Offsides is the call. Boris was not sure what the call was. It's going to be offsides on the Huskies. 13:08 left in period number 1. 1-0 Huskies.
Yeah, it seemed like Boris didn't really know that the ref was calling an offsides there, so he was still trying to forecheck there. But when they do the late offsides, you got to make sure that you get back to the blue line, and then you can go back in forecheck.
And we're back to play here at the Edge Icers. That one goes all the way down. Icing is going to be the call on the Eagles, and there's the whistle. 7 minutes gone by here in period number 1. Huskies lead in the game 1-0 and in the shot total 6-2, which was, Duffy, one of your keys to the game. So far, so good.
Yeah, and like I said, the shot total, that's going to be the big key tonight because you can't expect Alex there to have the same night. 6-2 right now. Hopefully that continues for the rest of the game.
Face-off win by the Huskies. Rosinski looking for his second. So Rosinski's goal is his 4th of the weekend. And the Huskies are up 1-0. Good check there by Sukel. Sukel skates to the near side face-off circle in the Eagle zone. Taken by Leon. Leon, near side corner board, goes all the way around for Rosinski, looking for Sukel. Pass is picked off there by Gagliard. Gagliard sends it all the way down. Icing is going to be the call. There's the whistle. 12:28 left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0 on Rosinski's 6th goal of the season. So far, so good for the Huskies. This is what they need to do, is keep their foot on the pedal for a full 60 minutes and not do like last night and give up 3 unanswered.
Yeah. And I was just about to tell you that you keep calling Sukel. It's Sukel. Yeah, it's Sukel. Yeah. Yeah, because remember, his dad ended up telling you that you got to say it the right way.
That's a good thing he did, because I would have felt so bad if I butchered the name the entire season.
Yeah.
Joe Boris gets taken down. Greenberg takes his man off the puck nicely. That was Jack Warren. Boris in a little shoving match. Referee's there to break up the play. I'm not sure if it was an icing call or if there was a penalty on the play. Nonetheless, whistle blows as Boris was given a couple forearm shivers there to Dom Floro.
Yeah, and you saw Boris there. He kind of put his glove into his face, grabbed his face mask. So I think both of them are probably going to get penalties here.
So Floro goes off and Boris goes off. So a 4-on-4 hockey here. So probably unsportsmanlike for Boris and for Buchel.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got to remember, I mean, this isn't the NHL. You can't really, after the play, you really can't be doing that kind of stuff because NHL, they allow that, but in this kind of league, college, and D2, they really don't. They don't allow that. They don't tolerate it. So that's why they usually, when they start to fight after the play, then they both get 2 minutes.
So Boris, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, and 16 Buchel, his second penalty of the game. We're going to have 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes at 12:09.
On Robert Morris's number 26.
There's going to be 26 with the penalty down Floro.
And Northern Illinois number 21, Joe Boris.
So roughing the call on both men
On the Eagles, number 26, Floral.
at 7:51 of period number 1.
Both 2 minutes for roughing. Both penalties are quick.
So 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes. D have the forwards. Forwards have the Ds. A lot more ice to work with. Here's Nick Leon. Backhands it in back into his zone for Hickey. Hickey over for Schwartz. Schwartz back for Hickey cross ice. Far side boards now in the offensive zone in the far side corner. Skates around for Zuper. Looking for Leon. Skates around his net was Hickey. Zuper covers it up. 11:52 left in the period. 1:42 left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0.
And again, you saw Hickey there. You saw him use his speed to get into the offensive zone. You really see him then doing that a lot this year. He likes to be that extra forward for NIU. And I mean, he's only gotten about 2 goals this year, but you got to expect him to get more for the rest of the season.
As the Eagles win the faceoff, Gaglier. Here's Leon with a point-blank shot and a good diving block there by Jordan DeYoung. As Leon couldn't capitalize. Rosinski, some nifty moves, and the puck finally goes back out to center ice where Hickey has to come back and control. Hickey for Schwartz. Schwartz through center ice for Rosinski. His pass is picked off by Welnicki. Welnicki back for Gagliard. Gagliard dumps the puck far side corner boards. Here's there to control for Hickey. Hickey backhanded pass looking for Schwartz, taken there by DeYoung. DeYoung avoids a Schwartz hit and he keeps controlling the puck. Now's Webster. Webster gives it up to Schwartz. Now Gagliard dumps it back in behind Alex there. Huskies having a tough time clearing the zone with 53 left on the coincidental roughing minors. Rosinski kicks the puck to a stick through the skates of Malone. Here's Rosinski skating in. Rosinski looking for a shot. Oh, he just misses the far side post.
Wow,
what a great effort.
He just made that play by himself there, just going through all the players of Robert Morris.
And the shot into the glove of Alex Hare from Nick Webster, and he plays it to Nick Leon.
Like we've always been saying, Justin has that ability. I mean, he has a great stick handling.
17 left in the penalties. 10:25 left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0. Shot blockered away, or patted away by Alex Hare. Here's Danny Stetzinger. Stetzinger has the puck taken away from him by Jack Warren. And now he finally controls. Here's Greenberg for the captain, the road captain, Nick Remley. Here's a shot blockered away by Zuprin. Here's the Eagles. They controls Bucco. Bucco over for number 13. He sends it through center ice, but controlled now by Stetzinger. Stetzinger gets taken off the puck, gets it dumped into the zone. Both penalties over. Both teams are at full strength. Morris almost had a giveaway in the offensive zone taken by Iovino. Over for Bucco. Bucco avoids a hit, but swatted away by Stetzinger. Iovino with another shot, had it away by Hare. Coletta, and that one is going to go just to the left of the net. Icing is the call. 9:30 left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0.
And that's a good job by Zuprin there, because he waited for the puck. He didn't really come out to play it, because as a goalie you got to expect that icing. So instead of trying to go out and play it, he ended up just letting him go all the way down for icing.
Because if it's on the net, he's got to play it no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
If it's going to be close, you might as well just let it go by and see if you can get the icing. Here comes Mark Greenberg with some speed. He gets taken off by Tyler Adams. Adams gives it over for Malone. Malone backhands it out to center ice. Now here's Boris for Jake Josh. New D3 call up today, taking the place of LJ Skimeka on the defense for Coach Raporto. That one's tipped in by DeYoung behind Alex Hare. He plays the puck to the near side corner boards. Quintillo backhands it, and another giveaway at the point by the Huskies. That's happened about 3 or 4 times. Shot into the pad of Alex Hare, didn't know where it was, and he finally covers it up on the shot by Killian. 8:54 left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0.
Yeah, you can't make those kind of turnovers in your own zone. You can't make those kind of passes. I mean, you just got to try to either dump it out or make nicer passes than that, because you can't just make blind passes and expect them to connect.
Yeah, they got to clear that out. If you're going to clear it, you either have to clear it up off the glass, or you have to make sure that it's up. It's like a saucer pass above the blades of the sticks.
Yeah.
To get that out of the offensive or your defensive zone. Quintillo. Now to the point by Webster. Here's Nick Webster. He has the puck taken away to center ice. Here's Welnicki. Malnicki just dumps it in. Looks like he was going to go for a change, nothing doing as the Huskies control. Zaleski has his pass attempt go up and off a stick into the Husky bench. Swish and stops play, 18:25 left. Period number 1. Huskies lead.
Shots on goal now are 7-6, so not quite as many shots in these last 5 minutes. Only one shot on goal, and Bob Morris has come back. And face-offs, we're still beating them pretty good, actually. We're still dominating the face-off battle, which is nice.
It just seems that the Huskies, even though they're leading on the scoreboard, it just both teams have kind of been back and forth, not really been able to set their offenses up the way they would have liked. As the puck gets dumped back into the far side corner, boards taken now by Sukel. Sukel for Hickey, over for Schwartz. As Hickey lays a hit there on Melka. Cross-ice pass, here's Rosinski with Sukel, here's Rosinski, he gets taken down. It's Sukel with a big hit in the near side corner boards. Rosinski battling there with DeYoung. Puck is getting wedged behind Rosinski's skate and DeYoung's stick, finally controlled by Leon. Short with a shot, looking for a tip for Sukel, but it's sticked away by Zuprin. Out come the Eagles. Here's Melka, and he dumps it in for the Eagles to go for a change. Hickey for Schwartz. Schwartz for Rosinski. Rosinski for Leon. Leon looking for Sukel to saucer pass. He stops on the far side half boards. Taken there by Adams. And the Eagles control. Here's Garrett McCraig through center ice over the Eagle logo. Dumps it into the far side corner boards for Hare. Hare for Sukel. Sukel falls down in a giveaway the offensive zone. Was really trying to lay a big hit on Adams and he couldn't finish it. Nick Leon with a shot attempt. Actually, no shot attempt. He might have been held. No whistle blows. 6:54 left in the period as the Eagles come through center ice from Bobby Killian looking for Gio Malone. Malone on the forecheck as Hare plays it around. Here's Malone, near side corner boards, now looking to go behind Hare. He comes out to the near side half boards to the point. Taken here by Gorsica. Gorsica dumps the puck in the near side corner boards. Huskies go for a change. Here's Gorsica for Boris. Shoot, big save by Zuprin, and he had to scramble for Pounds' shot attempt. Two big saves there by Zuprin to keep his team into this game. Puck gets dumped into the near side corner boards, now to the far side boards by Bobby Killian. Puck is controlled by the Eagles. That one goes up and off the glass by Walnicki. Back to grab is Coletta. Coletta for Stetzinger. Stets off the glass, out into center ice. Dumped back in nicely by Malone as that puck goes up and off the protective netting. 5:55 left in period number 1, 1-0 Huskies.
And back to those saves by Zuprin. I mean, we tried to go glove side on him. It wasn't having it.
Yeah.
And like you said, he was scrambling around and saw Brian's pound shot too. So 2 great saves there by Zuprin.
Those are probably the 2 toughest saves he's had to make all night.
Yeah.
As Boris is in the faceoff circle with Wentz, and Boris wins the faceoff all the way back for Hare. Hare over for Josh. Josh tries to get it out for Rob Bach, nothing doing. Big glove save by Alex Hare. The puck looked like it was going to go wide, but was careful enough to just glove it out of the air, get the face-off. 5:44 left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0.
And you kind of wonder if the reason that they're having problems getting it out of their own zone is because these defensive pairings are not used to being together, so they're probably having some chemistry problems.
I mean, Josh played with them in the Illinois game, but he was sent down to D3 to start the year against Missouri State and Marquette.
And then Kevin Schwartz, this is only his second game playing defense this year, so
still a little getting used to, but like we said, Schwartz and Hickey are a good pair. Here's Greenberg. Greenberg looking to center the pass for Zuprin, and he has to hold it in his skates. He gets the whistle. 5:18 left in period number 1. Huskies up 1-0 on Rosinski's 6th goal of the season.
But like, you were saying, I mean, Kevin Schwartz, even though this is only his second game playing defense, you got to like him because he can play either forward and defense, and he can hit some people if he really wanted to.
And it's the same thing with Josh. He's listed as a forward/defenseman, so 2 versatile guys that Chuck Rinaldo has on their team, and that's something that we'll probably talk to him about. One of the coaches about on the postgame show, and especially during the pregame interview next week against Illinois. Here comes Buchel through center ice, blocked away nicely by Alex Hare to the far side corner boards. Taken there by Melka. He swings it around, but Schwartz is there to retrieve. Looking for Cantillo. Cantillo's wrapped up there by Buchel. Now taken by Niedzila. Niedzila and Zaleski on a 2-on-1. Here's Niedzila. The shot just over the blocker of Zuprin. Passing lane was taken away. Back come the Eagles on a 3-on-2. And offsides is the call. 4:40 left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0.
Yeah, and in case for new viewers out there or moms that are watching sons, if you don't know what an offside is, that's when there's a player before the blue line and he ends up beating his other player with the puck. And that's what it is. I mean, that's what an offside is.
Yeah, so basically the puck has to enter the offensive zone before the other player.
Before the end of the other players.
We didn't like Eddie O there.
I got to let people know what they're watching.
But if you're going to be Eddie O, you can't address it to moms. You have to do it to all you young hockey players out there.
Yeah, but I mean, moms, they're watching their sons at NIU, so...
Okay, well, I would think that if they have kids at NIU, they've been watching hockey for the last 20-some years.
That's true. Okay.
But that's okay. I won't hold it against you. It's a good effort. Good effort. And then rejoin the play. 4:23 left in the period. Here comes Webster. Webster around Alex Hare. Still controls. Now the far side point. Webster over for Welnicki with shots. And a big save by Hare. How did he get over and make that stop? Welnicki with the shot from the point.
I don't know how he did that. I mean, he just scrambled for that, and unbelievable glove save.
He literally had to do a Superman dive from the right post to the left post to make the save and keep the team up by 1. Wow.
Yeah, he has the skill to really go to the next level if he really wanted to.
Wow.
Because he can make those kind of saves. Those are just amazing.
I think I would be honest to say that between all the players on D2, that Rosinski and Hare would probably be the 2 players that I could see playing in the USHL or some kind of major junior hockey league. And Rosinski's in the face-off circle. Whistle blows. They're going to kick DeYoung out of the they're going to kick Malone out, and DeYoung comes in to take the face-off against Rosinski. Rosinski loses the face-off. DeYoung wins it. Malone has a strip from Hurlin. Strip by Hurlin. Here's Stukel battling with Nick Webster. Finally taken by Rosinski. Here's Nick Leon. Nick Leon with a 2-on-1 with Rosinski. Here's Rosinski with his shoots, and a big save by Zuprin. I don't think Zuprin got a pad on it. I think Rosinski just fired it wide. Here's Hurlin, the far side forward. That one's deflected in on Leon, off of Leon's stick on Zuprin, and he makes the save. 3:43 left in the period. 1-0 Huskies. Big save on one end, sets up a goal opportunity on the other end.
Yeah, and just like last night, it was really a goalie matchup in the first period, and then they started to get their goals in the second and third. So, again, here tonight, Zuprin and Hare are having a goalie matchup here and having great saves right now.
Here's Bach with a shot, and that one's going to go off the protected ending and actually out of play. 3:39 left in the period, 1-0 Huskies, as Rosinski has his 6th goal of the season and his 4th of the weekend.
Yeah, he's had a big weekend. He's had one of those weekends that just everything is going right for him. All the pucks are finding the back of the net, and you just got to expect that from him because he's probably your big star of the team.
Boris wins the faceoff, now controlled by Rob Bach, and he takes it. Josh at the blue line tries to keep it in, couldn't do it. Backhands it to the nearest side boards. Greenberg for Hurlin, back to Greenberg, trying to tip it in, but taken by Tyler Adams. Now over for Killian. Killian for Adams. Adams over for Iovino. Now taken by Mark Greenberg. Greenberg looking for Bach. Bach nonchalantly on the far side half boards as the puck taken away from him. Hickey skates it in and shoots it to the near side corner boards, now retrieved by Adams. Adams gets taken down by Bach. Penalty coming up on the Huskies. There's going to be interference on Rob Bach. 2:53 left in the period. As the extra attacker is out for Robert Morse. Hare sticks it away to the near side boards. Whistle blows. Penalty coming up on Rob Bach. So the Eagles get their first power play opportunity of the period.
Yeah, so far the penalties have been much better for NIU. Only 2 penalties so far, and one of them was were two minors against each other, so it was 4-on-4. So it wasn't a power play for Rockmore. So this is like you said, this is the first power play for Rockmore. So far better on the penalties, and you got to hope for that for the rest of the night because you can't expect to have it 10 for 10 like you did last night.
Yeah. So Box going to go to the bench, the penalty box for 2 minutes for interference at 17:24, period number 1. Remley and Schwartz are on the ice with Niedzila and Hickey. Helter Skelter in front of Alex Aaron makes the save. Puck is behind the net. Down to the near side corner board for Nick Webster. Webster for DeYoung. Webster now for DeYoung. DeYoung hands it off to Webster. Webster skates with it, backhands it to Webster. There for DeYoung. Now with a shot taken there by Remley. Hickey looking to go off the glass and out, and finally cleared there by Kevin Schwartz. 1:15 left on the penalty. 2 minutes left in period number 1. Huskies lead 1-0. Sitting behind the net is number 13 for the Eagles. Again, good speed for number 13. Gives it over for Webster. Webster trying to get the puck in deep and does. Hickey bothers him there, but the puck comes to the left point for Gagliard. Gagliard near side boards for 13. 13 skates with it to the point. Now gives it over for Webster. Webster with a slap shot in that one, and it's blocked out in front. 42 left in the penalty. 1:20 left in period number 1. Here's Troy Hickey for Nick Remley. Remley can't clear it out of the zone. And the Huskies still try to clear it, and finally they do. Here comes Niedzila with Remley. Niedzila sends it into the far side corner boards. Controlled now by Tim Webster. Webster sends that puck. No icing called. Actually, it is going to be icing. 1:03 left on the period. In the period, 17 seconds left in period in the power play. If I can get that out of my mouth.
Yeah. But yeah, so far again the penalty kill is doing great, and most of the time you have only two penalty killers on the offense and defense. But it seems for Coach Ronaldo, he has 3 different lines for forwards and for the penalty kill.
So Rosinski, Sukel, Herlin, and Stetzinger on the ice for the penalty kill. As the Robert Morris Eagles control, here's Josh Wentz. Wentz cross-ice pass there for Iovino. Iovino gets shoved off the puck by Sukel, but he controls. Turns around, near side face-off circle. The shot deflected out by the Huskies. 40 seconds left in the period. Both teams at full strength. Here's Rosinski skating in. Rosinski looking at the far side post, can't connect. And the Eagles control. 30 left on in the period. Huskies lead 1-0. Here's Sukel behind Zuprin. Sukel looking for the centering attempt, taken here by Troy Herlin in the near side half boards. Sticked out of the air by Wentz. 20 left in the period. Stetzinger just floats it into the far side corner boards. Now taken by Tyler Adams with 10 seconds left in the period. Eagles will probably just wind down the clock as Remley's in on the forecheck. And that's going to do it for period number 1. It's the Huskies are going to end the first period like they did yesterday, leading 1-0 on Justin Rosinski's 6th goal of the game, or of the season, and his 4th goal of the series. And that was a power play goal, so the Huskies have now scored 3 power play goals in 2 nights.
Yeah.
Through 80 minutes this weekend, and that's one part of the game that's really improved. I mean, it was good last year, but it's just taken another step now that these guys are used to Ronaldo's power play schemes, and that they know who's on the ice with a lot of these veteran leaders.
Well, and again, I think this just having a year under your belt really helps because they now have the experience and they have the chemistry with each other on the power play and penalty kill. So that's why I think the power play is playing better this year and the penalty kill, because they just know how to play with each other. Because remember, they only lost, I think, 2 or 3 seniors from last year. So a lot of these so a lot of these players have been playing with each other. So that's why I think that they're doing better this year on the penalty kill and power play. They just have more chemistry together. So you got to expect that for the rest of the season.
Well, coming up, we'll have the first intermission report. We'll go through period number 1, look forward to period number 2. Go through some American Hockey League and National Hockey League scores, as we always do here Huskies lead 1-0. Coming up is the intermission report. You're listening to Huskies Hockey on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network.
Pitcher from the tape. It becomes this cool. Everybody squeeze it. And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Over here at jamsonair.com, we play anything and everything. You might hear, or how about this tasty track? We have them all. Well, maybe not that. jamsonair.com. Radio when you want it. We want to help you start your day off. Whether you're visiting for business or for pleasure, you'll always get a clean and fresh Mountain Bread. Free high-speed internet access, free hot breakfast served daily with fresh baked waffles and hearty oatmeal with toppings. Only helpful service and much more. For one rate, guaranteed. If you're not satisfied, we don't expect you to pay. That's our commitment and your guarantee. That's 100% guaranteed. Go to HamptonInn.com to find the nearest location. Hampton Inn and Suites, the official hotel of NIU Hockey.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah?
Do you want to go to the state fair?
Yeah.
Do you want to ride the roller coaster?
Yeah.
The big one?
Yeah.
The one with the reverse flip?
Yeah.
Well, you can't. You see, Billy, when you throw away money on wasted electricity, you throw away everything you could have done with it, including going to the state fair.
Oh, man.
Cheer up. This year your parents will make it right. They're going to visit EnergySavers.gov where they'll get tips on how to save energy and money. Then they'll add extra insulation and get a few of those Energy Star appliances. They could save hundreds of dollars a year. And you know what, Billy?
What?
They'll take you to the state fair next year.
And I want to go this year.
I know you do, Billy. I know you do. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Have you always wanted to be on radio or television? Don't lie to yourself. Of course you have. That means that you need to come to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. At ICB, you'll learn everything you need to know. Hands-on training in audio programming, video editing, and much, much more. Financial assistance is available for those who qualify, so you've got no excuse. Go online to beonair.com or call 630-916-1700 for more information. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where your career begins. Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection cleared. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Baldwin Street? Rolling Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. I want to play some football stadium. Bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail. When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Renzo's is your non-stop shop for all things hockey. Renzo's carries all major brands such as Bauer, Easton, Reebok, Nike, CCM, and Ward. Renzo's caters to not only players, but to teams as well, with the ability to take team orders. Renzo's can customize jerseys, socks, t-shirts, warm-ups, and hockey bags. They have 3 convenient Chicagoland locations in River Forest, Morton Grove, and Chicago. Renzo's is also the official equipment supplier of the Northern Illinois Huskies. Renzo's Hockey Headquarters, where you'll be treated at the Brook.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent, 1 in 260,000. The odds of him having 15 career NASCAR victories, 1 in 1.7 million. The odds of the child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 88. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
You're listening to NIU Huskies Hockey on the NIU Huskies Hockey.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's kind of like an elephant is on my chest. I feel like I'm choking. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Hey, you're sitting around listening to the radio when you could be on it. You think I'm kidding? The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is looking for people just like you to enroll for classes right now. Stop wishing you were on the air and put down to making it happen. At ICB, students are trained by some of the best and brightest professionals in the industry. And not only that, you'll learn the ins and outs of both radio and TV. We'll be ready to take the airwaves by storm. There couldn't be a better time than now to hop on to beonair.com and fill out that application. It only takes a few minutes, and when you're done, you have taken the first step to getting on a fast track to your dreams. Once again, that's beonair.com, or you can call 630-916-1700. Classes are filling up fast, though, so you better get going. So what are you still doing here? Go now. 630-916-1700, or visit beonair.com. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where broadcasting careers begin.
Green lights. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Bowling Street? Bowling Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Let's send it back to Stephen Marcus. NIU Huskies Hockey. And we're back here at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville, Illinois. Huskies lead 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Justin Rosinski's 6th goal of the season and his 4th of the series. Good period by the Huskies. It looked like it was a little bit back and forth where both teams were really trying hard to set up their offensive plays, and they weren't allowing each other to do it. But Rosinski's goal was just a one-on-one play, winning the face-off, skating from the near side to the far side, and sniping it over the glove side of Zuprin.
And again, just like last night, and it ended up being 1-0 after the first period, and Rosinski ended up getting a power play goal again to start off the night. So he's got that sniping ability that he can get it over the goalie's glove whenever he wants. So another good period by him, and so far a good period by both teams. As expected, a little bit closer game and a much better game. And so far, shots on goal 11-11. So one of my keys 11 to shots. The shots has to be 1. Right now it's tied. So
almost there.
Yeah, it's almost there.
Well, let's go over the other 2. The key for one was the penalty kill.
And they're 1 for 1 so far. So yeah, the penalties are much better. Not 10 penalties like last night. But Coach did make a point that there was really only 3 or 4 bad penalties last night. The rest, I mean, you really couldn't do about. But there was 3 or 4.
He said hard-working penalties, right?
Yeah, hard work. Yeah, and and you got to expect that. But again, you can't have that many penalties. So tonight they're doing much better. They're 1 for 1 again, the penalty kill, and 1 for 1 on the power play. So both the special teams is doing very well. And then number 2 is that the defense has to step up because they're missing LJ Skimeka and Brian Pickett, for at least, LJ's out for tonight, and then Brian Pickett's still out for 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
So Schwartz and Jake Joch had to step up, and they have. So far it's gone pretty well for my Keys. And again, it seems like my Keys are going very well, but let's hope they can keep you going.
You're doing good so far.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over the NHL scores currently in play. Ottawa and Toronto tied at 4 apiece with 8 minutes left in the game. Philadelphia trails Montreal 3-1 with Brian Gianta, Lars Eller, and Brendan Gallagher getting goals for the Canadians. That's 7:55 left in period number 3. Hawks lead 2-0 on Saad and Kane's goals over Tampa Bay. The Islanders and Columbus are in overtime with 30 seconds there. That looks like that's going to go to a shootout. St. Louis leads Florida 5-0 with Brendan Morrow, Vladimir Tarasenko, Jaden Schwartz, Derek Roy, and Alexander Steen all goals on Tim Thomas getting the start for the Panthers there. At the end of 2, Washington trails Dallas 2-1. And Minnesota trails 3-2 to Anaheim. Anaheim goals by Saku Koivu, Nick Bonino, and Jakub Silverberg. And the 2 late games are Phoenix and San Jose, Edmonton, and Vancouver. So, Duffy, what are you looking forward out of the Huskies in period number 2 to continue to stretch this lead kind of like they did last night?
Well, really, I think that the big thing is special teams again, because if they do well on special teams, it seems for them, they get big leads.
Yep.
Because their power play is much better, and they could keep going with that. And the penalty kill, they had 3 shorthanded goals last night. Obviously that's not going to happen again probably tonight, but you got to hope maybe 1 shorthanded goal. That'd be nice, because that'd be very big for them. And just expect Alex here to keep going the way he's going, because 11 shots on goal and he stopped them all, and really unbelievable saves. 1 or 2 saves that I didn't even think that he was gonna get to, but he ended up doing it, and he really is that kind of player that he can really step up when you need him.
Yeah, Alex Taylor there was 1 save when he went post to post from right to left.
Yeah.
Made a big pad save, and then I think the most impressive one was he actually went from right to left. He went like a Superman dive and just put his body in front of the puck.
It really was like almost like kind of like Fleury in Stanley Cup like 5-6 years ago on that last shot. He kind of dove for it to make the save, and it was just really an unbelievable save, and 2 really great saves in that period to keep them in the lead.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't make those saves, then they're probably down 2-1 right now.
And again, the defense is working hard. Jake Joch being called up from the D3 team to take the place of LJ Skimeka, who was just a healthy scratch tonight, getting a different look on the penalty on the defense, which is run by assistant coach Mike Raporto. Penalty kill is 1 for 1, as we said during the intermission report. Let's look at some AHL scores here, as we got another minute or so before the period starts.
Well, and also, if people are Northwestern fans out there, Northwestern's up 20-13 at half, beating Ohio State. So that'd be a huge win for Northwestern if they end up winning tonight. And also the Bulls win in the preseason, 84-76. Derrick Rose ended up getting 13 points in his comeback in his first game in 17 months. So
unbelievable.
So those are 2 big games that you probably should be watching right now if you're not listening to us.
If you're not, well, you wouldn't be. You shouldn't be doing anything but listening to us tonight.
Yeah.
Who needs Northwestern football and Bulls and the Blackhawks when you can listen to us talk hockey?
Yeah, we're unbelievable.
Well, the AHL scores, Norfolk and Hartford are tied in overtime at 2 apiece. That looks like that's in a shootout. Adirondack and Hershey are tied at 3 apiece with 1:38 left in overtime. Manchester, Springfield in a shootout, 2-2. Unofficial final, Wilkes-Barre Scranton beat Bridgeport 5-2. Syracuse and Binghamton is tied at 3 goals apiece with 3:32 left in the overtime. Charlotte leads Oklahoma City 2-1 with 17:06 left in the third. Rockford trails 1-0 with San Antonio after 40 minutes of play. Chicago Wolves trail Texas 3-1 after 40 minutes of play. Evansburg loses to Lake Erie 3-2. Toronto beat Grand Rapids 4-3. And Providence loses to St. John's 5-1. We will update all those scores along with the NHL scores coming up in the second intermission, when we'll have our Hawks talk, and we'll talk about next weekend's game against Illinois and have a special shout out for one of the forwards on the team. No, I need my pencil.
Oh, okay.
You're playing mind games over here trying to see what...
I have no idea what you're referring to.
When I go like this... I'm just joking.
Hey,
Having fun.
There's Peds here too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Also, during second intermission, we'll kind of talk about our new segment that's going to take the place of the podcast this season starting next weekend against Illinois. As we're underway in period number 2, puck lies at center ice, now taken by Schwartz. As he tries to battle for the puck there. Here's Hickey. Backhand pass for Schwartz, who's in the right place at the right time. Puck bounces through center ice. Huskies going to move left to right. Eagles moving right to left. As Gagliard has his puck taken by Leon, which is fired in the far side half board. Dukel's there, and he goes in awkwardly, but it looks like he's okay. Schwartz through the legs of an Eagle, now taken by Welnicki. Welnicki looking for Warren, and he converts. As Warren tried to low bridge Hickey, and Hickey actually went down along with Warren. Bach takes the hit. Whistle blows.
Yeah, and it seems like Robert Morris is really kind of trying to rough them up in the first couple minutes of the period here.
And the whistle blew. I'm not quite sure what the whistle was for. It might have been an offsides play. Nonetheless, face-off's going to be in the neutral ice right in front of our announce table, or announce perch here at the Edge Ice Arena. Boris, Greenberg, Bach, Coletta, and Stetzinger. Won by the Eagles, but controlled by the Huskies. Greeny can't stick a fork in the bouncing puck, controlled now by number 13. He dances with it, now comes up through the offensive zone, through center ice over the Eagle logo, and dumps it into the far side corner boards over the Bella Vista boards. Here's Jordan DeYoung. DeYoung gets the puck back, out into the slot, looking for a deflection out in front, but taken away by Joe Boris. Jobo coming through center ice, far side. Gets a shot on Zuprin, the rebound given up, but Greenberg couldn't convert. Puck comes up to center ice for Coletta, and Coletta's going to retrieve as he gives over for Stetzinger. Stetzinger looking for Bach, but controls to number 13. Bach lays a good hit on the Eagle forward. Here's Buchel. Buchel, near side face-off circle, Husky zone, fans on the pass, goes off the skate of Hare, and controlled by DeYoung. Stetzinger off the boards, and Greenberg gets a stick through center ice, puck back into the Eagle zone. Off the stick of Wentz into the Husky zone, icing is waved off. Controlled by the Eagles, 27, Webster. Webster over for Wentz. Wentz gives it over for Stetzinger. Stetzinger through center ice, looking for Greenberg, couldn't connect. And Greenberg was going for a change when the puck came right to his stick. Here's Troy Hurlin and Brian Pounce in, and icing is going to be the call. 17:32 left in period number 2. Huskies still lead 1-0.
And for all you young hockey players out there, in case you don't know what an icing is that when you hit the puck from the center line to the other end of the zone, and the other team gets to do it first, then they have the stoppage play, and you're all the way back in your own zone.
So the faceoff will be to the left of Zupin for Joch, near side point. Here's Pounds with a shot that goes up into the chest of Killian. Controlled by Riley. Shot, big save by Zupin on Pounds. Pounds are looking for his first goal of the season. As Pounds is in on the forecheck. One there by Killian. Killian around Zupin. Through the legs of Remley. Regains control through center ice, looking for Webster. Icing is going to be the call as Josh has to get there, and he does. Icing is the call. 16:59 left in period number 2. Huskies lead 1-0. I'm going to say there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players on the Huskies without at least 1 point so far this season.
Yeah, and one of those players is Brian Pickett, who's been out for about a week and 2 weeks, so he really hasn't had a chance.
Actually, you can make that 6 with Josh.
Yeah, and Jake Josh, yeah, and he's only played 2 games this year, so yeah, really the only players that haven't scored are really the ones that haven't been playing a lot this year.
Here's Remley in the face-off circle with Pounds, Pounds and Gorsica. Now Pounds in the face-off circle. Hickey at the right point with the shot. Big save by Super. Rebound given up. Pounds can't backhand it into the net. And the Eagles, as Schwartz tried to hop up and save it from going into the Husky bench. He can't. Whistle stops play.